Yo, what's going on, fellas? It's your boy Huncho. Just doing a quick little recap for you guys. Once again, we're gonna be going over the trades that we took on Friday. There was only one trade that we alerted, but there was a couple setups that we mentioned that played out pretty well. So the first play that we took was the 629 calls on QQQ. This was at 9:53 a.m. All right, and I'm gonna go over why I took this play. So we're gonna go ahead and look at the 5 minute, which is the time frame I usually use to execute trades. Um, Now, what I was looking for here, guys, these are not the updated levels or the zones. This was just what I had, before Friday, so Thursday night, and this is how they played out. Now, obviously, we did break above our key zone, and this is where we finally entered calls, which, you know, a lot of us would probably try to, go for puts or just be patient under the zone, which obviously would have played out pretty well. But what I was really looking for is breakout to the upside, right? And if you guys know that we've been under this area, the 626 zones, we've been ping ponging around here. So this was an important area for me to break above to look for an entry to see new highs. So we got into this play at the break of the 626.41 key pivot and above the key zone, and I was going to stay above this key zone to hold this play. And we got into calls, and from right here, and it went all the way up to 628.50. And I was seeing a lot of consolidation here. I got out a majority of my play, um, like around, I think, around this candle, and then the runners paid out itself. This went over 125%. So this went over 100%, guys. Well, this was a really good play. Um, but I was out of my majority of my position around like 85, 90%. So around here, this was a great pay. Mind you, these cons were like at 53 cents, so they moved up pretty nice. You guys know a return like this is pretty good, especially like on the dollar amount per contract. So yeah, that was the QQQ play that I was looking for. And one thing, guys, is that when you don't have any levels here, some people might have. I didn't have any, but whenever you see like consolidation, even in a you know just in the mid range, you don't fight the price action, guys. If it's just not giving volume, or if it's just doesn't really give sign of strength, don't hold this play. I had a lot of people just averaging down in this VWAP and at the 90 MA, just thinking that this was gonna rip to the upside. But don't ever do that. Especially if you really got like a nice entry already. Some people I know probably got this bottom, this right above VWAP, and played the whole move to the upside just because they wanted this target to hit. They ended up just giving either their gains back, or even worse, some people sold for an L, which is it's pretty frustrating. So make sure you're taking your gains, and if you're gonna leave, if you want your full target to hit, make sure to just leave a runners. Don't leave your full position. Just yeah, just be very very cautious and very aware of what the market's telling you in that current moment. And we also called out another play. We took this. Somebody from our Discord, one of our traders, called this, alerted this in the room. But this was an idea that I was talking about in the morning, and I also posted it on Twitter. And I said, watch for a dip to 250.86 or pre-market low reclaim for a pop. If this level is lost, don't fade. All right, so this was the level I was watching. Was this 250.86? Now, why was I mentioning this level? Okay, when we see you know new highs daily, and we're just seeing rips to the upside, guys, I'm playing the staircase. Okay, I'm not fading out. I'm not trying to get the top or anything unless we break, to the downside or we lose an important level, right? But other than that, I'm literally just using these. If we're breaking above, this is my buy zone. This is my buy. This is my signal. Okay, this is my entry. I'm looking for something here to then go long. Same thing here. Here to go long. All right. Now we're above here. I'm not going to be looking for calls up here, or no, I'm looking for a dip down, right? Especially since we dipped down in pre-market. You get that morning flush, all right, and then look for an entry. And this is where we entered in calls, and we caught this move to the upside. This whole pop, when as long as we stayed above here and near pre-market low, once we got that pre-market low reclaim, this was a good entry. I grabbed some calls around like here once my guy literally we went in, and yeah, a lot of people got a nice bag. These went over like 150%. Well, I don't know. They went up pretty heavy, but Yeah, this was the IWM play, and that's honestly like my, my approach there, guys. Is if let's say tomorrow we gap up, we break above here, like IWM's all-time highs. I'm looking for an entry right here for more upside, right? And then for puts, if we lose this, right, I'm looking for downside. If we lose this right here, I'm looking for downside. I'm looking for this 248.69. All right. So that's really how I look at this, guys. Is this if I see it set up, I take the play, and that my risk is a candle close under, and I just stop it, and I'm wrong. And if we get a nice close under and pull back retest, could probably be a good entry for puts, right? So that's for IWM that we played. It wasn't really too much of uh a waiting game. It was just really quick. We got that nice pop to the upside, and definitely there was a good entry for puts up here if you would have got in right at the top near the pre on Thursdays near Thursday's high day. But this is around near all-time highs on IWM. So this area right here is going to be very interesting, guys. If we could probably potentially get a move to the downside and head back to 247.50, or we can end up breaking above this 252.77 to see more highs on IWM. But yeah, guys, that's really just my approach. It's very quick and simple. Whenever we see these nice setups, we must take them with confidence and trim as we go and bank for the day, guys. That's it for today, guys. If you guys have any questions or feedback, make sure to leave a like, a comment, and or shoot me a message, whatever it might be, and we'll get right back to you. Till the next one, fellas. Let's have a good week. Peace.